Aiken County crews working right now to battle a big brush fire. We're going to take you to the scene just outside Trenton.
But first, the COVID surge fueled by the Omicron variant finally appears to be on the decline. Finally, in Richmond County, cases recently peaked at 360 people on January 19th. Yesterday, the number of daily cases was down to 70, significantly fewer. 2 of our local hospitals now also reporting the number of people in the hospital who've gotten booster shots. So we know that number. Today at AU Health, they have 140 patients. 56 of them have gotten all the initial doses, but only 3 of those patients have also been boosted. It is a similar picture at University Hospital, where out of 141 COVID patients in the hospital, only 2 have gotten a booster dose.
In South Carolina, the nominee to become DHEC's next chair sharing his views today on masking kids at school and handling political pressure from state leaders. As Mary Green reports, Robert Bolches is a Columbia attorney and appears to be on course for confirmation.
Today, the Senate Medical Affairs Committee unanimously voted to send Robert Bolches' nomination to chair the state's Health and Environmental Control Board to the Senate floor. Senators say there is bipartisan support for his confirmation, but they still pressed him today for answers that may indicate how he would lead this influential body, including how he'd respond to pressure from the governor who nominated him for this role.
I'm not really a shrinking violet, and the governor knows me very well, and so he did not nominate me because he was looking for a patsy or somebody that would do his bidding.
If confirmed, Robert Bolches would lead the 8-member board that oversees DHEC and has the authority to adopt and enforce rules promoting public health, among other powers. The Columbia attorney and former chief deputy attorney general garnered bipartisan praise Thursday. He expressed support for current legislation to repeal the DHEC-controlled process by which hospitals need approval to build or expand, and is open to a bill that would split DHEC's health and environmental control functions into separate state agencies. Bolches also said the department needs to return energy to tackling its non-COVID related responsibilities, and was asked about mask mandates in schools.
What's your thoughts on making preschoolers wear a mask all day at daycare?
I think that making those kids wear masks is much more is much worse for them in the long run than them not wearing the masks. I'm opposed to those kids wearing those masks.
Bolches will still need to be confirmed by the full Senate to become board chair. Senators say that vote could happen as soon as a week from today. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
DHEC's current board chair is retiring. He'll continue to serve in that role until the Senate confirms the new chairman.
Crews in Aiken County working to put out a brush fire. It is not far from Trenton. Multiple different agencies first went out there just before 1 o'clock today to Archie Ware Road. You can see the flames and smoke there. That fire burning up to about 15 acres today. Crews worked to establish a line to contain the fire, put out hot spots, and protect at least one building that was nearby. Flames in some areas were very heavy. And of course, the smoke out there, heavy as well. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale, of course, whenever you see smoke like the operation.
Neighbors living near Atlanta at Atlanta Park are on edge after a man was robbed there at gunpoint. Police say 3 men and who killed a woman as she was walking her dog in Piedmont Park. And 5 months later, there still aren't any security cameras.
The victim was actually still there with the police, and so the police asked me if I had any video. So when I found it, I showed it to them, and he confirmed that that was the perpetrators.
The city of Atlanta promising more security in the area, but so far, no new cameras.
If you've ever been curious about emergency response in Columbia County, here is your chance to ask questions and learn about what they do. Columbia County EMA is hosting an open house next Tuesday in Evans. You can meet the people who work there and even check out their mobile operations center. There'll also be COVID vaccines, pets on site for adopting, a fire engine, and even some giveaways. Meanwhile, Jenkins County EMA is giving out free weather radio alerts for next week. It's all in honor of Severe Weather Preparedness Week. If you live in Jenkins County, you can pick one up at the administrative building in Millen. And hey, you can't beat the price, Riley.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. Can't beat that. And we are tracking some wet weather heading our way tonight and throughout the day on Friday before we see another weekend cool down. Much more on that forecast just after the break.
It also had some young actors taking to the stage to celebrate Black History Month. We're going to show you what's in the works ahead. First at 5.
Just into our newsroom in the past few minutes, Richmond County Schools telling us another school is now transitioning to learn from home. Just into our newsroom in the past few minutes, Richmond County Schools telling us another school is now transitioning to learn from home. Students at Blythe Elementary School will learn virtually tomorrow only. They'll return in person on Monday. The move comes because of staff absences.
The Augusta Junior players putting their talents together to honor civil and women's rights activist Sojourner Truth. The production, A Woman Called Truth, is their way of honoring an historical figure during this Black History Month. Leading up to the show, though, as you see here, they gathered in costume on a plantation for this photo shoot, and Will Volk shows us what the experience means to them.
This is like hollowed ground, and this is where the events of the show would play out.
So it really puts me in the time just showing up here and seeing everyone. It was like we weren't just acting or we weren't just getting ready for the show. It was like we were in the show.
It is set back in the 1700s, so we're all dressed up very old-timey. Sojourner Truth, she was tenacious and she was courageous, and she fought so hard for not only African American rights, but women's rights also, and not a lot of people know that.
I knew the troubles and the discrimination and all the social injustices that were going on, but Sojourner's story is something that's just so unique.
It's a story that, like, you always hear about Harriet Tubman, but there should be more stories like Sojourner Truth out there.
She causes me to think a little more and not just go out through every day and think this is how it is. It's how it came to be and what happened that led us here.
It changes you after you hear about it. It's something that I think everybody needs to go see because it's something that's very important to everything that's going on today.
And thanks again to Will Volk for putting that video together for us. If you want to take in their whole performance, you can get tickets for that show at the Kroc Center Chapel Theater on Broad Street. The show is in about 2 weeks. It's coming up February 19th and again on the 20th. Just amazing. Can't wait to see it.
It is, and the cast is from several different counties: Richmond County, Columbia County, Lincoln County, McDuffie County, about 10 different schools, and such a talented group of kids. Really awesome. So definitely go see the show. And another day to be outside. Riley, when I walked out this morning, it felt so nice for once. I know, it was weird, kind of.
Yeah, we finally got rid of that cold weather. Now, the warm air is not dry out heading into our Saturday morning. That's when the cold air arrives. Unfortunately for the weekend, a big cool down is in store for us with temps dropping back down below average. Now, there is a low-end flash flood risk for some of our northern and western counties. This does not include Richmond or Aiken County. Just a low-end chance that we do see some heavy downpours that could lead to some ponding on roadways, but overall minor issues with this. Still a chance for a few isolated thunderstorms, but most of this rain on Friday should fall as just plain old rain. Into the weekend, change up in the forecast. Completely dry, sunny on Saturday. Rain chances look very slim on Sunday, too.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Riley. The talk over 5G quieting down for a bit, but now lawmakers are taking up the debate over airport safety. Stick with us.
The Live Eye Camera Network is brought to you by Mountaineer Pest Services.
Come on in to Davis Appliance and Furniture, where you can find the best deals in town. It's tax time, so when that refund comes in, it's the perfect time to get the furniture you've always wanted. For the brands you trust at the lowest prices, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
Someone's not doing their...
Call now and receive an ultrasound. Your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
news. Weinberger's Furniture and Mattress Showcase is turning 90 this year.
And that's a big deal. We've been serving generations of families just like yours with great products and even better service.
To celebrate, we are offering guaranteed lowest prices to all of our customers, special financing options, and plenty of in-stock furniture, rugs, and accessories. Can you celebrate 90 years with Weinberger's?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Come on in to Davis Appliance and Furniture, where you can find the best deals in town. It's tax time, so when that refund comes in, it's the perfect time to get the furniture you've always wanted. For the brands you trust at the lowest prices, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
The head of the Federal Aviation Administration telling lawmakers that
Closed captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
New housing developments in the works in both Richmond and Columbia counties. Leaders excited to see the growth. They say housing brings other kinds of development like businesses as well.
Our Claire Allen joins us now live in downtown Augusta on the corner of 12th and Green Streets. The groundbreaking for a new luxury housing complex just wrapping up there. And Claire, what does this new development mean for Augusta?
It means a lot for downtown North Augusta. The groundbreaking just kicked off a few minutes ago in downtown North Augusta, and this project has been in the works for over a year and will add to many other housing projects in downtown North Augusta.
Housing is what is going to take us to the next level.
The Downtown Development Authority says the last 3 housing projects in downtown Augusta have represented around $7 million in investments, and more is on the way.
Just today, with the standard, you're talking about 500 new apartment units downtown.
The standard is the latest development for the area. The group behind it says this apartment complex can appeal to everyone.
We were just waiting on the timing to be right. We feel really good about all of the new businesses that are popping up downtown right now, as well as the other housing communities, so we feel like the timing is perfect.
They tell us 1 bedroom starts around $1,200, and a 2-bedroom is even pricier for these luxury apartments. A problem our I-team found a lot of people are facing, with more than half of all renters in Richmond County paying more than 30% of their gross income to rent. Still, downtown business owners say with more housing comes more business for them.
The boom we're in right now, it's great. I love it. I love seeing downtown grow and prosper.
And for the next few projects, there's no word on how much their rent will be, but we will keep you updated.
Please do, Claire. Thanks very much. You know, Columbia County definitely seeing some of that growth as well. There are 5 new developments going up around the county as we speak, all of them in the Grovetown area outside city limits. Tillery Park is one of them. 789 homes off Baker Place Road on the Uchee Creek Elementary side of Baker Place. In addition to that huge development, 4 other developments in the works now, all in the Grovetown area. The Calary and the Canterbury Farms neighborhoods are expanding as well.
Lots of growth.
In the last year, there was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. Could it happen to you?
Somebody used my identification. They had a driver's license in my name, and they had actually purchased a $50,000 vehicle and drove it off the lot. I thought this only happened in the movies. I didn't know what to do, but thankfully I had LifeLock.
With LifeLock, you have a team of experts on your side. Every member gets identity theft detection and alerts, a US-based restoration agent to fix issues, and LifeLock's $1 million protection package, providing experts and lawyers if needed.
My membership included coverage for an attorney, so I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket. LifeLock provides the type of protection I need.
Help protect what's yours with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. Call the number on your screen or visit lifelock.com. Use promo code MY25 to save 25% off your first year. Call right now.
Let's see, not expecting to get back closer to average till we get the middle of next week.
All right, thank you, Riley. A heads up for those driving on the interstate tonight, starting at 8 o'clock. Crews will be setting new Savannah River bridge beams on I-20 at the state line. That means westbound lane closures tonight. The right-hand lane from exit 1 in South Carolina to the Georgia Welcome Center will be closed from 8 p.m. to 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. There will be more dates coming up this month. Of course, we will give you a heads up about those so you can avoid the area. You know how congested it gets when work happens there. If you already...
Yes, they are an amazing story of recovery from the Children's Hospital of Georgia. The hospital says almost 2 years ago, Joelle was accidentally shot in the tummy. The Evans girl spent 7 months getting medical care in the ICU.
And now, as you can see, she is going through physical therapy. Chog says her spunky, sweet, smart, and funny personality has captured the hearts of everyone she has met there, and they are so very proud of her hard work. I remember the day she went home from the hospital. Everyone was cheering for her, and she is just still smiling her way through all of this. What a tough, tough little girl. Good for her.
Absolutely. She is a warrior and a cutie pie as well. Glad to see her doing well. We are tracking the chance for rain.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Rising from the ashes, a local restaurant loses everything to a fire. We'll take you there live to hear how the owners plan to rebuild. Plus, a new lawsuit against the Richmond County Sheriff and 2 of his deputies. Why one mother says she blames all 3 for the death of her son. But first up, we're tracking the chance for rain tonight into tomorrow. So let's start things off with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale.
It is in just about 10 minutes.
Tonight, the doors at Columbia County's Fresco Cafe are closed, and you can see why. The inside a total loss after a fire Monday night, leaving the restaurant out of business. We have News 12's Will Rio live now from that cafe on Columbia Road. And Will, the owners are telling you they're doing everything they can to get back on their feet, right?
Yeah, that's right, Richard, but they'll stay closed for now, and you can see right behind me, I mean, most of the damage is on the inside of it, and they do have a food truck, and for those of you who don't know what the Fresco Cafe is, it's authentic Mexican food. They have pastries, they have desserts, they have street tacos, and while many of us may be missing out on all of this food, the owners say that they're working to pick up the pieces.
Tucked in the corner at the Columbia Place Plaza, the Fresco Cafe opened their doors for the community to enjoy authentic Mexican food.
We serve the public. It's Mexican food, pastries.
On Monday night, smoke could be seen coming from the roof of their building.
It was awful. It was a pit.
Now with a pink slip on the front door and a total loss inside, employees and the owners are trying to figure out how to move forward.
We're just trying to gain our footing, so that we can continue to serve the public as much as we can.
Their physical building hasn't been around for very long.
We've been open for a year. We opened right during the pandemic.
But before opening their cafe, they served the community in a food truck.
The first thing we did before we opened the door is we fed the homeless. That is the responsibility of all in the community. We just want to do our part.
From serving the community to the community having their back in a time of need.
Well, that means everything. That means everything. To not just myself as the owner, but to the employees.
The owners say they hope to be back stronger than before.
It's just something we have to get over and not let it get us down. So we have to find a way around it.
Now, the owners say that they will continue to work out of that food truck. They're asking for help finding a kitchen so they can continue working out of that food truck for as long as their business front and their storefront is out of commission.
I know their customers are anxious to get them back on their feet as well. Will, thanks for the live update there. Just into our newsroom in the last couple of hours, Richmond County deputies need your help finding a missing man. They say 47-year-old Jason Carter was last seen yesterday in South Augusta on Old Waynesboro Road. We're told he likes to hike in the woods around that area. If you have any information to help deputies find him, call the sheriff's office. The number right there on the screen, 706-821-1080. There's a new lawsuit in Richmond County involving Sheriff Roundtree and 2 of his deputies. The mother of a 17-year-old shooting victim blames all 3 for his death. D'Angelo Burns died in a Circle K parking lot on Peach Orchard Road back in early 2020. Reports say Deputy Nunes was performing CPR when Deputy Brandon Keithley hit him in the back of the head with a flashlight. Deputy Nunes ended up needing staples in his head. A grand jury did indict Keithley on aggravated assault charges and aggravated assault on a peace officer. At the time, Sheriff Roundtree said the incident did not disrupt care for Burns on the scene. This civil lawsuit asked for a jury trial and for a jury to decide how much money, if any, D'Angelo Burns' family should receive. There are new housing developments coming to Richmond and Columbia counties. We're told there as crews broke ground on a new luxury complex today in downtown Augusta. It's called The Standard, located right in the corner of 12th and Green Street. We're told one bedroom will start around $1,200. In Columbia County, 5 new developments are in the works, all of them in the Grovetown area, outside city limits. Here's a look at one of them called Tillery Park. The plan is for nearly 800 homes to go off Baker Place Road on the Uchee Creek Elementary side of Baker Place. We're following up after
heavy rain is quickly moving your way, possibly producing some gusty winds up to 30 miles an hour as well. This rain will continue for us across most of the river region as we continue late tonight. For your morning commute Friday, definitely expect a few showers out there. Lunchtime, still some light showers. Not really going to clear all this rainfall until we get to late Friday night and early Saturday. By the weekend, the cold air shows up again for us. We'll have much more on that in just about 10 minutes.
Thanks a lot, Riley. Growth is nothing new in Columbia County, but there's a lot of it happening all at once to tell you about tonight. Maria Sellers was at tonight's Planning Commission meeting to look at how it might impact the community. Maria?
Carol Buki has witnessed Columbia County's growth for almost 4 decades.
There's been a lot of changes in our area in the last 38 years.
She lives near the Four Oaks neighborhood, an area that has seen a lot of growth, and with growth comes traffic.
It's a very heavily traveled road, and with all the people coming and going on Herbert Farm as it is, people coming in and out of the subdivisions having a real problem.
Traffic is a concern for people voicing their opinions on plan development. The Planning Commission does their best to hear those concerns before approving a project.
There's an opportunity for all of the departments within the county to collaboratively put their heads together and come up with, making sure that their development applications are in compliance with all our rules and regulations.
In 2021, the Columbia County Planning Commission approved more than 800 developments, and they're on track for the same amount this year.
There's always something on the agenda, and that could be, a brand new subdivision, that could be a commercial development or an industrial project, but something is always, in the works.
And for Buki, that growth is not necessarily a bad thing.
It makes things a little more convenient for me than when I first moved there. I used to go 8 to 10 miles to a grocery store. Now I have the movie theaters, I have lots of stores, the convenience of, most of the medical facilities. So I'm happy that it's developing.
And as more people put down roots here, the challenge is finding that balance that makes Columbia County a place where people want to live, work, and play. Reporting in Evans, Maria Sellers on your side.
And the Planning Commission approved the development of more than 200 residential properties. That's in addition to other projects like an industrial building as well. Those plans will then be brought before the full Board of Commissioners for approval. And the next meeting on that is scheduled for February 17th. There are new housing developments coming.
It's good medicine.
It's just another day. You're on the way to work, taking your kids to school, or just out for some fun. And bam, everything changed. Your car is totaled. You can't get proper medical treatment, and the insurance company is giving you the runaround. At the Mike Hostel Law Firm, we do car wrecks. Let's have a conversation.
A dog in North Carolina is safe at home after being stuck and later saved from a quarry. Molly Grantham spoke with a crew about how they rescued this beloved family pet from a tough spot.
By Wednesday night, a family in Charlotte was reunited with their dog Zeus. But before this moment, the dog was alone on a ledge 170 feet down in the Vulcan Pineville Quarry on Old Nations Ford Road.
This happened on Monday when we was called out there, but the dog probably could have been there through the weekend.
The Charlotte fire captain says the dog couldn't be rescued on Monday. The ground at the quarry was unstable and not safe for firefighters to rappel down to the animal. So they had to come up with a game plan.
It's luck would have it. Today was the day that we just happened to be back working, and a crane was the solution, and we went out there and made it happen.
A crane was used to lower firefighters down into the quarry to rescue Zeus. E.J. McCormick and Justin Ranson says Zeus was excited to see them, but things did get a little tricky.
The dog was pretty happy to see us at first, and then a tree branch broke, scared him, and that involved a little bit of a hike for us, but we were able to coax him in with a little bit of food.
But he did not like the food, according to the captain.
Well, we cooked some burgers for lunch, and we thought that would be the best thing to give him because they were so good, but he didn't want any part of that.
The dog spit it out, so whoever did the cooking that day got a bad review.
To top it off, firefighters said Zeus wanted to be carried to the crane, and of course they gave in and carried him to safety.
But this is something that we've trained for, we prepare for. There's been several rescues around Charlotte that involve cranes, so it's equipment that we are somewhat familiar with, and the different companies that come out, and so it was great to put that train to use today.
Yeah, a very happy ending for Zeus there, who was later checked out for any injuries and then fed a delicious meal that did not involve a hamburger. The FBI with a scam warning tonight as we get closer to Valentine's Day. These scammers get close to their possible victims romantically, trying to persuade them to send money, to buy gifts, but there are some red flags you need to keep in mind about all this. They try to get you to talk by emailing or messaging services. They do this outside of a dating site. They claim to be from the U.S., but currently living or traveling abroad. They mention a sudden personal crisis. They disappear suddenly from a site, but reappear under a different name. The FBI field office in Columbia sent out the warning today saying back in 2020, complaints show victims lost more than $281 million to these so-called romance scams. South Carolinians reported losses of more than $4.4 million that year. And the FCC wants to make it harder for robocallers to leave those ringless voicemails